this is the Alok Monoliths. Yes, you're in Cross River State, your #1 haven of hospitality, your #1 haven for tourism, business and leisure. Welcome home. We're very creative people. We tend to showcase things you've never ever seen anywhere in the world. We were at the other monoliths. Right now we're in the Alok Monoliths. The Alok Monoliths look really beautiful if you ask me. But we have the curator here who would be talking to us about the different stones we have here in Alok. Nice to have you here again.
It's a pleasure. Where we left today was called L.G.A, and here is Alok.
Okay, this is Alok.
They have more relics and more great significance in Alok than the other side.
Okay.
And I am going to move you immediately to the fourth stone, which is called a Talabon, that is children's stone.
Children's stone. I love children, so yes. I want to see this stone.
That is the very one that the Cross River Tourism Bureau got their logo.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, children's stone.
Yes, children's stone. Okay. It's called a Talabon in our dialect. This is the one that gave the Cross River Tourism Bureau
their logo. Okay.
If you watch their logo carries a lot of colors. Those colors all have significance. Like you can see them here. White here signifies peace. The blue here, and here you see.
These are the colors of Cross River State.
Yes. The colors of a tourism bureau. Okay. As I earlier said, the white here is a symbol of peace. The blue here is a symbol of fertility. Then the yellow here in this spiral here is victory. Okay. No, because of rain, other colors are gone. Okay. They're supposed to be green here. It is messed up. Green shows agriculture. Okay. That tells you that the community here
is fertile.
Okay. And they are the greatest producers of yams and cassava. Okay. Altogether, there are 5 colors. Each of that color has a significance.
Okay. So from my own point of view, you said this is children's stone.
Yes.
Her Excellency, the wife to the governor of Cross River State, Barrister Mrs. Obiomali Eliboke, has a project called ASFAC, a state fit for a child. Okay. So it means more or less these stones also play a unique part in our history. Because if she was able to create that initiative to make a state fit for a child, it goes synonymous hand in hand with the children's stone.
Yes, it goes with the monolith. You can even visit the monolith. Okay. When they were celebrating the New Year Festival, all children gathered here and they designed them with the colors you're seeing here. And a tourism bureau met them and they were very, very happy. And even the traditional dancers, they gave them all the colors of the logo of tourism bureau, both the females and the males. Okay. So this is very, very important. Okay. We call it the children's stone. Okay, so what's the difference between the Alok monolith and the other monoliths we were at? Yeah, the difference between the Alok monolith and the L.G.A monolith is that this one exhibits all the tattoos. Okay. All the tribal marks of different ethnic groups, which you're going to see them in detail. And not only that, it equally gives, like this spirals. In L.G.A, you didn't see much of this spirals.
No, I didn't see much of this spirals.
Good. While in Alok here, these spirals are here. And these spirals here, clockwise and anti-clockwise, it is the one meteorologists are using today in giving us the weather forecast. Okay. They said if it is clockwise, the weather is good. If it is anti-clockwise, the weather is bad. Okay. You know? And it has a significance in the geographical acts, which they use it. Okay. Even in maths. Okay. You see that most of these circles in mathematics, they say concentric circle. And we found them all here. It therefore shows that they had been, in fact, the monolith mostly in Alok is an institution of its own. It's an institution of its own because you have a lot to learn from it. Okay. A lot of the signs, a lot of the symbols, a lot of the writing, which are also the writing. And the most interesting part is, in the whole world, those who are practicing Ekpe, they have not been able to opportune to see the original Ekpe stone. The Ekpe stone? Yes. Is the original Ekpe stone here? It's here. Wow. It's found in Alok here. It's here in Alok, so definitely we're going to see it. We are going to see it. And that is why the Cubans in America who are practicing Ekpe, when they came in, we allowed them to really go into the test of dancing Ekpe. We found out that the costume they're using there is the same here, the humming, the dancing, every act except that they have not seen the original Ekpe stone. Okay. Same to Cameroon. Okay. Dr. Ubot, who is now in USA, came in with a lot of people and they were initiated here. And all those Cubans, even when they came, they snapped with the original monolith of that Ekpe. Okay. And when you look at the Ekpe stone itself, by the time we see it, there are 7 circles removed from their place of origin. Okay, they have been removed from their place of origin. Most of them, like this very one, is one of those ones we recovered from theft. This very one here, we recovered from theft. They stole it. The original site where this one is coming from is called Tutoro. Okay. And this one here too. This one here. To be very candid, I won't be shy to mention it. This very one came from the circle where Karasi went and removed other one to their site. Okay, okay. This is it is carried from a place called Mpapa.
Mpapa.
Yes.
Okay.
Under Nnam clan here.
Okay.
So all this one we recovered them from theft.
Okay.
Except that most of this one.
They stole all of these monoliths.
They stole like most of this one, 1, 2, 3, and the other one. The one in Alok here has a concentric circle. There are 2 circles in one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people who come to steal these monoliths, when you find them, what do you do to them so that I can serve as a deterrent to other people?
Yeah, most of like the last one, the one I recovered this one, like the last persons we caught, they were really taken to court, and they were sentenced to prison. But most of them is either they remove it to a point, like that very one. It shows a miraculous something. They took it up to Akwatal, up the Cross River.
Are you serious?
And so when they got it there, they were about to lift it to another vehicle. Each time they lifted it to the vehicle will not start.
Wow.
Until they tried and tried, the most they could do was they ran and left the stone there. And somebody went and saw it, the hunter said, there's something here that people should come and see. Oh. Still, they mobilize a lot of people when they go there to remove. Each time they touch it, some of them, they start behaving as if they are mad, until we got the information. Carried the photograph to the police until we went there and met it. Okay. And now prayed. And now we remove that back. It's the same thing that happened to this one. This one, they took it up to Abakaliki. Mrs. Kuka can testify that because they sent. When they took it, they succeeded taking it to Abakaliki Park. But carrying it out of Abakaliki Park was a problem. Okay. Each time they carry and put it in the vehicle will not start.
There was a hindrance.
They will change, just like that until they abandon it.
Okay, so are you trying to say that these stones, these carved stones, have some powers behind
Yes, they have. They have. They have some spiritual affiliation to it.
Okay.
They have.
They have some spiritual affiliations.
Yes, they have. Because if you watch, as you see them, just like we are going to talk about the wisdom stone, when I get there, I'll show you. And the significance of what that wisdom stone has done. Up to the west, we have records of 2 families. This very one is a king.
Okay, a king.
Yeah. So what they were really doing is they had circle of kings. Some with 1 title, some with 2. The other one is a man, that's the staff of office, which is the overall clan head. A man in Emangabe.
Okay.
That is the man the present paramount ruler of IKOM is holding because it came from here.
Okay.
He's the clan head of Nnam. And that's why he's given that staff of office of a man. But this one is, if you watch it, it's a crown. This line you're seeing here, 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 4 circles. On top here is the eyes. Then you have the mouth and the nose. This is a skull.
The eye, the mouth, the nose.
Yes, this is a skull.
Skull.
In those days, kings were crowned with skull of human beings.
Okay.
As a sort of the cap they're using.
Okay.
But when you look at it here, look at this circle here. This is a very important title to all the people. The first king must have this. He said he's number 1. He's listed as number 1. And you can see, in those days they were growing beard. They allowed beard to grow. You can see that somebody had, this king allowed beard till to the navel.
Okay.
This is the navel here, then this is beard.
Okay.
And you have these spirals. All the tattoo marks you found in all the other ones are here because it's the overall king. Okay,
so does this have a special name?
Yeah, it has.
What's the special name?
Mbe Abangambua, that is the first chief. Mbe Abangambua, that's the name.
Sorry?
Mbe Abangambua.
Mbe Abangambua.
Yes, that's the first name.
Chief.
Or the first chief of the whole of this community.
Okay.
He was the first paramount chief that was really handling people.
Okay, I'd like us to come closer and see the crack on this monolith. Yeah. This is why I am saying that the private sector should partner with the government.
Good.
Tourism should be something that is private sector driven. Look at this crack.
Yes.
If it continues like this, we might end up losing one of the most unique treasures we have as Koshivarians that attracts the whole world to us. Exactly. Please let us try as much as we can to preserve our culture and our heritage. Let's try as much as we can to preserve this tourism potential. Okay, so where do we move up to from here?
We move up to the wisdom stone.
Solomon asked for wisdom. He would have asked for riches. He would have asked for every other thing. He would have asked for wealth, but he knelt down on his feet and prayed to God and asked God for wisdom. And that is why we as Koshivarians are very knowledgeable people. That is why the whole world is attracted to us, because we have wisdom. We're not asking God for any other thing than wisdom, and we have a wisdom stone here.
Yes.
How foolish would it be for us to be foolish people when we have a wisdom stone? The curator is still here to talk to us about the wisdom stone. I'm passionate about the wisdom stone.
Yeah, madam, you're welcome. This is a wisdom stone.
Okay.
And this wisdom stone carries 3 different tattoo marks that belongs to 3 different ethnic groups. That is, it carries that of Igala, it carries that of Nupe, and it carries that of the thief. The spirals here, you found it directly on the thief people. both male and female, on their chiefs. While you have the straight this thing and the tiger stripe here, which is a typical tattoo mark of Igala people. Look at a typical Igala person. You find out that he has a horizontal marking on both sides and the 3 tiger stripe at the extreme end of the eyes. But the most interesting thing is the navel. This navel here, the drawing on the navel here is the Nupe people.
The Nupe people.
But the most significant of this, why they call it the wisdom stone, is the navel. There is a very great belief by the Indian people that anybody who has a protruding navel, he has a sign of fertility naturally, whether male or female.
Really?
Yes.
Whether male or female, and you have a protruding navel, you are a fertile person.
Good, that's what.
Okay, fertile in every ramification of life.
All aspects of all.
Okay.
But the most interesting aspect of this wisdom stone and the role it plays is that a lot of women, we have recorded 2 families of the Western Wall and 7 families within Africa and Nigeria here. Why I said so is that like Amanda Castle, she's a professor today in Maryland University.
Yeah.
When she came in for a BSc, we told her the story of what this wisdom stone works, and he felt it was a joke. And she prayed and went back to years, came back and really testified that what she prayed on the wisdom stone was that her first pregnancy, she needed twins. And it happened. Immediately she took in, she delivered twins. And she sent the photograph, sent the request on a written note, and said she will come back here with the husband to really give the community thanks and to say God is really working on this. The wisdom is true.
Yes, on the wisdom.
And one other girl again who came from US too, Amanda Carson is from, she's from Florida. She's nursing 2 kids now, the twins. She said she put up that request. The second family person who came again was April. She's from US too. She came for a special assignment, and when she got here, they told her the story. And she didn't believe until when she got here, said, okay, she was going to pray and see how it works. She really came, placed her hands, and prayed that let God give her the first child she needed is a male. And that immediately she left and went back. She wrote that she's under pregnant. Let her see how the wisdom stone will give the testimony. And she really put to bed a baby boy. And she wrote as well that her request from the wisdom stone was that she should have a baby boy first, and she's not seeing a baby boy. And it has happened to so many families that we have records. So many women have come back said, mostly barren women, about 3 of them who hadn't children. But that one was 12 years of marriage, no child. And she came here and prayed, and you can pray in any language at all. Wisdom comes in any form. If God wants to give you wisdom, does not mean until the wisdom is a concept that can come in any form.
Okay, curator, same way we go to pastors and then we pray for healings. This is more like a vessel of God.
It is.
God talks through this wisdom stone.
Exactly.
So if I stay here now and make a prayer request, it will definitely come to pass.
It will come to pass.
Wow.
It will come to pass because so many have families that have really testified. And most, like one other man, in fact, when they brought him to the circle here, he had a stroke that he had suffered for 4 years. And that they have taken him all around the whole world. There's nobody. Each time he get back to the house, the thing will come, and they brought him here. He prayed. He's moving, very, very okay.
The wisdom stone.
Yes.
One of the stone-carved monoliths in Cross River State, right here in IKOM, L.G.A. Okay, I'd like to come back here to make my prayer request.
Please, you're free.
Thank you very much, curator.
It shows the symbol of marriage, as per in those days, which have been converted today. In religion aspect as 1 and 1, which is 1. But in CBD sign, like you see here, this is a movement of a woman from the left to a center point here, and this is a movement of a man from right to a center point here. Where they met here, you can see here, and having only one center. Where they met here, it is presumed that they are couples. It's an CBD writing, it's an CBD sign for marriage. Okay. And that's the exchange of the rings today. That is exactly the CBD sign. And if you watch beside, it's the same thing. When you look at this spiral here, this is clockwise, and this one is anti-clockwise. Automatically, the clockwise up in this one shows the leader in the family, that is a male. Then the anti-clockwise shows the female. Okay. So they have been able to describe in the CBD that Come what come may, a male must be the leader, and the woman must always be under a male. And you can see that's why the clockwise is up and the anti-clockwise is down. It means this is the head of the family.
Okay.
And this is the very one that carries the symbol of marriage. Okay. They did it both sides. You can see the spiral is the same.
Okay. So I'm curious. So people also come here and pray for marriage, to have successful marriages.
They do, and this is they come here to even see the sign. This is a very thing that's hardly found in anywhere in Nigeria. It cannot be found elsewhere. And the theory of one and one, this is where it originated.
Oh, the theory of one and one in marriage originated here in Cross River State, in the Monoliths. Yes. It's something the world should come and see.
Akpanya in Alok Monolith Circle.
Thank you.
Akpanya is the name of a female warrior. So when they talk about women empowerment, it never started today. It has been on over 2,000 years ago.
Okay.
Where women were still really leading other activities for men and wait for men until they carried the activities before men could really team up.
Okay, so when we talk about the Beijing conference, Her Excellency Dame Patience Jonathan talking about the 30% women affirmative cause for action, it didn't just start now. It started a long time
over 2,000 years ago.
With the monoliths. Because
it is found on the monolith. This monolith here, you can see the first woman who really had a crown. You know, this Akpanya, she was a woman that was leading men to war. If she does not move, no man there gets to war. And what you're seeing down here, when you look at this thing here, look at it with an angle. Look at it.
Okay.
With an angle here. This is the navel. This thing I'm showing you the points here. They call it ekare.
Ekare.
Yes.
Ekare.
Ekare. That ekare is a staff that a woman during the war will always handle. He said, "This is our authority. This is all our powers. As we are going here, we must defeat," and they will defeat. And it's always given to a leader. And here it was a woman who was really carrying that staff. Will always hold that they carry. And up till today, the role this one is playing in this modern wall. I've heard it when you hear of the crying stone.
The crying stone.
Yes, this is the talking stone they talk about.
This is the talking stone.
Yes.
So does it talk?
Yeah, I want to tell you how it talks. Up till now, in this community, there are less violence. This community is a very peaceful community in all aspects. They don't look for trouble. Until when you look for their trouble, you now know
who they truly are.
It's not like if they had, take for instance you and I, you heard from Alok here, and I heard from Victoria. By virtue of one reason or the other, you left, they said you're visiting Victoria, and you're killed. The community will now say, our daughter left here for a visit, and we have not seen her for a number of days. They have to come here and consult. Anything concerning consultation in the monolith does not carry anything blood.
Does not carry anything.
No,
blood.
Even the sacrifice they do is bloodless.
Okay.
No chicken, no blood, nothing. They use ordinary pure water from the stream, which must be fetched by a virgin. In the absence of the virgin, they could send a lad to go and fetch it. Then they'll bring that water and give to the chief priest, who will come and pour on top of it and pray that, well, our daughter have not been seen. We want to know if it is confirmed that she's killed. I want to know why she's killed. If it's an intentional act, proof. If it is not, if it is accidentally, proof. They will pour. As soon as the chief priest does that and go back, late in the night between 11 and 12, if it is intentional, this stone, you will hear the cry. The cry.
You hear the cry of the stone?
Yes, you will hear. It happened not quite long. You will hear it roar like, just like a lion used to roar in the zoo. You hear that woo, and everybody will now believe that, okay, that's our daughter that was killed. It was an intentional act. And the following morning, the woman now who still does the prayer will now say, our daughter was killed and we have to go and revenge. But not for the modification of religion and a lot of things that has come in that people should live peacefully. When it is like that, they go by negotiation. Why did you do that? And the other community will come to beg. But if there was no cry, they know that the person died accidentally and they wouldn't do anything. They will now console the family. They said, please go and carry your daughter and bury. It's an accident.
Okay, that's interesting. But curious, so looking at the monoliths, is there anywhere else in the world we have stones like this?
No.
There's nowhere else.
There's nowhere else in the world.
In the whole world.
We don't have. Even the one in England, they are not like this. They are not figurative like this one. These ones, you can see a full shape of a human being, the crown. If he has hands to the navel, all the signs. The one in England, they are not like this. They talk of Stonehenge in England, but They're different from the one we have here. In the whole wall,
those ones are quite modified.
Yes, those ones are modified. In the whole wall, this is only in Cross River State, in the IKOM local government, Alok village in particular, or Namklad as a whole, that you can find monoliths that are carved like human being. And you see all the signs, like I told you, the CBD, which is the first writing of the wall. And this is where they come to see all those signs. We use the signs, we'll be using the signs before even educational acts, far back. Because somebody will say, you know, by the time you do this, you ask the person to go. Maybe there's danger somewhere there. And when you do this, it doesn't need talking. He said, it tells you that you should run, you should be fast. But when you do this, say, come. Yes. At times, you know, you see somebody doing like this, say, I'll see you later or tomorrow. You know, those are all CBD signs, and they're found on the monoliths.
Okay.
And these are monoliths that are said to be over 2,000 years ago.
2,000 years ago. Okay.
You know.
Okay. Curator, looking at the different monoliths here, I can still see so many other monoliths that are scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
It means we can't get any new monoliths for this place.
No, here the ones that are here, none is new. When you talk of new, it's something that they have carved of recent. Though a lot of people have tried to do the carving, but the tribal marks or the artistic act is not as perfect as the one you found here.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Rachel.
you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're looking at the monoliths, right? We've taken a look at the different carved stones that are found here in Alok. But there's something of interest which the curator has just mentioned. I'm actually wondering, they said there are bees that are found in this unique tree. But why are they not all around me? Why are they not stinking me? Why are they not just following me and perceiving my fragrance as a human being and coming after me? The curator is here to explain. Good to have you again, curator.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so speak to us about
this tree. Is like a cola, you know, it's the wild cola. The cola now doesn't draw, but this one, when the fruit draws. Now, this bee, they are there. As they are there, they are on security basic. They don't just come out like any other bee. Except you come with an intentional act. If you come in, say there's nobody here, there's no guide here, and you've entered this circle that you want to steal or take away a monolith or just cause a hazard, definitely from nowhere this bee is going to pursue you. But for now, even if you lean on the tree, they know that your intention is free. They won't hurt you. Unlike other ones, but the bees in the forest, if you go very close to where they are, they could be hunting because of the odor. When they hear a very strange odor, they come for an attack, or either to visit you and take the sweat out of you to go and build their honey, or one reason or the other. But this one is not like that. This one is mainly for security. If even an indigene of this area comes in with an intentional act, it's the same thing. And when it stings you, there's no chemical that you can use to reduce the effects of what you have. You either reveal that you came in because you wanted doing this, they could pray and you're okay. But if you don't, that's the end of it.
That's how you are.
Yes.
So there are bees in this tree
right
now? Yes,
they are.
Okay, as we're standing here, they actually know we're here.
They are,
but they won't take any
effect.
No,
they won't take any effect because you didn't come with an intentional act of doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah. The title, like we have the paramount ruler of IKOM, is called Dr. Peter Njol Eku.
Okay.
That Emang, when you hear of Ntulebang,
okay,
the Emang this is the power, the authority, the title which is given to him that he bears. You hear Ntulebang 1 of Nam, Ntulebang 2, Ntulebang 3. That object, this particular one you're seeing here, have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
That is staff of office.
That's staff of office.
Yes, like the present paramount ruler of IKOM today. He's called Ntulebang. Dr. Peter Njol Eku, Ntulebang 1 of Nam. This is the Emang. Now, if he's gone, for instance, he's no more living, and they want to swear in somebody else, they will now, it will be 3.
Okay, it will be 3.
You know, they will address him, the Ntulebang 3. Good.
Okay.
Because
Ntulebang 4. Like that.
You know, it continues like that. So this Emang is staff of office. As soon as you get to that, as a clan head, they are giving that Emang to you. If you are an ordinary chief, you wouldn't handle that Emang. So you can see the crown here. Crown 1, crown 2.
And this was built more than 2,000 years ago.
Over 2,000 years ago.
2,000 years ago, and this is a crown.
Yes,
on
that's
the
a crown.
head.
You can see he wore the second crown. This is the first one. This is the second, and it tally with the Emang itself. Look at it, 1, 2, the 2 circle. So you can see the beauty of it. This is a complete king, you know, in his own circle. Here you have the beard. You can see how they designed the beard as of then. You can see it here. You can see the way they designed. As they gave the title up there, the same thing applicable to the navel. 1, 2.
Wow.
So this is a male, that is a man. And as we go along.
Okay, let me cut you before we go along to the other side. This, I could remember vividly that in one of the roundabouts in Calabar, precisely, I see some carved monoliths.
Yes.
Now, this monolith, I think of all the monoliths I'm seeing around here, this is similar to what I see in Calabar.
Yes, those ones in Calabar are replicants of this one. These are the original. I mean, the original ones.
Okay, these are the original ones.
Yes,
These ones are carved.
Thank you. You know, these ones are carved. So when they saw it, they brought experts who could do the molding, and those ones are molded.
Okay,
those like casting. Yes, you know, they cast them. And if you look at that runabout, the circle of that runabout, you see some clay pots. Those clay pots, what they did there is all CBD. All those designs you see on the pot there are in CBD writing. And the most people who are using those in CBD, or who are still using it till today, is the Ekpe Society.
The Ekpe Society.
We have it here, we call it Nyamangbe.
Nyamangbe.
While in Calabar they call it Nyangpe.
Okay.
You know, they Jangam, they call it Nyangpe. But all originated from the same circle. These people, the Bantus, were using that as an authority. And that is why if you hear of Ekpe Society, unlike other societies of today, the society they talk about is an administrative society. Ekpe was an administrative society that was governing the people before the coming of the colonial masters. They sat and formed their norms,
their ethics.
And that is why in every community, every ethnic group have their do and don'ts. They have their norms originated from the Bantus. And they relate to the CBD writing. So that's it.
Okay.
This is the one that the last person had the title, though it's cut off of recent. You know, there was
hold on, let me just film first.
Okay.
Go ahead and talk, sir.
Okay. So just like I'm telling you, just like I was saying, this is one of it.
Okay.
This is natural hazards. This one was on top of this, but maybe
this was on top of this.
Yeah, this is the down part of this very one here.
Okay, this is the lower part of this monolith.
But when we started here as of 1980 to 83, it was very okay. But maybe because of excessive heat, you know, that it has absorbed and the thing cracked on its own like that. So we had to now pin there. Otherwise it was on top.
Okay, so, this was on top of this.
Yeah, so when you look at that circle in Calabar, you see some two big monoliths, bigger than all other ones. It's this one and that one.
Oh, this and this represents the big monoliths you see
in
on
the circle there.
Okay.
And why they really took them is because of the kind of inscription found on them.
Okay.
If you watch all other ones, very rare before you come by a monolith that is carved with the teeth. But look at this one.
Oh, this has a teeth.
Yes, look at it. The complete teeth, the mouth. Some they carve with the mouth open, some mouth closed. But this one, all with the teeth. So everything they were exhibiting here is an act which has a significance.
And every inscription has a significance?
Yes, it has. All.
Okay. So this is a monolith that has a teeth?
Yes.
Does the other one have a teeth as well?
That one, they didn't expose the teeth. They carved it closed.
Oh, they carved it closed.
Yes.
Okay, so no other monolith has a carved teeth?
No.
Okay.
When you look at all the monoliths, if you can film, there are some carved with mouth closed. Only few with mouth open, but no teeth.
Okay.
So this is the only one that
makes
has.
Makes it very unique as well. Okay.
And this triangular square here differs from the other one. Differs from the other one you saw. Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Okay. This triangular square differs from the other one.
Okay, what's the difference between this triangular square and the other triangular square we saw?
The difference is the other ones are more tiny, and then they make 4, while here it is 3. 1, 2, 3. And this one has a different significance. It relates in CBD. Said the great, the 3 greats that have emerged, while the other one interprets that the 4 angles of the wall coming together.
The 4 angles of the wall coming together. This says the 3 greats that have emerged.
So you can really see. And these are the signs we are using in mathematics today, in geometry, and a lot of other signs we are using. So these scientific signs have existed before now. The Western must have modernized it in their own way, in a different language, which we are now going through. But they had existed.
Okay.
And all were found in the first language, that is CBD. Because that's a very strong CBD sign.
Okay.
Good.
So what's the difference between the monoliths that exist here and the Alok monoliths?
Yeah, the difference of these ones here, like I've told you, this one exhibits the leadership, the king. Like I've told you, I've mentioned even somebody.
All the monolith points to the leadership.
Yes, it points to the leadership, and some are the significance, the kind of tattoo marks that other communities are wearing.
Okay.
Like I've shown you the cross. There's no way you can find another monolith out of the 27 circle I've told you. There's no way you can find a monolith with that sign of a cross except here.
Okay.
But in CBD, it's described in a different way. That's why I relate that. Geography. In the geographical act, they said when you talk of the campus, you must say, you get the 4 angles. In religion, when you look at that,
you must look at the cross.
You mention the cross.
Okay.
And which they're using today, they said it's a symbol of Christianity. I get what I'm saying. Good.
Okay, so what's the Alok, the difference?
The Alok, when you go there, when we see, it relates to women affairs.
Okay, Alok is basically about women
and men. Women and men. The first woman who was leading men to war, called Akpanya, is found in Alok. Then the first act, the object which that woman was using in the forefront of the war, before the men would follow, is found in Alok. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each of that circle represents a family. And as you see, the Ekpe members from the origin was formed by 7 different members. Each of that circle represents a family, and each family is represented by a stone. You can count the 7 stones. So Ekpe society, as far back where we are is Ekpe circle.
Okay.
We call it Nyamangbe.
Nyamangbe.
Yes. In Calabar, the Efik and the Kros, they call it Nyampe or Ekpe. Okay. It's all the same. You can see the sacred leaf. This is the sacred leaf.
This is the sacred leaf.
Yes.
Can I pluck it?
You're free to pluck it. It's a sacred leaf, and that's the one that whenever the Ekpe masquerades, it's one. They wrap it and he put behind.
This is the leaf the Ekpe masquerade uses whenever it goes out.
Exactly, that's it. Okay. It's a sacred leaf. Okay. But the most interesting part in this Ekpe society is that, unlike other societies of today, this Ekpe society is a society that was governing the people. The 7 members of the Ekpe sit each on their stone and preside on cases. And all the judgment, if you commit a crime, it will say they will sit and charge you for the offense you've committed. And if you're due to what giving a goat, you give a goat. If you're due to what giving ordinary money, you will now give. You can see, let me bring a Malina.
A Malina?
Yeah. You can see this.
This was a form of money.
Money.
It existed as a form of money in the olden days.
Yes. After the use of cowrie came this. This is Malina that they use, and this is the one they were using in buying all the slaves in Africa. We call it Epo. We call it Ita, that is one. Now, this is the one they were using. If, for instance, before we could find this, it therefore means that somebody committed a crime that he was charged for an offense he did worth this money, and he paid. So that is how it is. And up till today and tomorrow, Ekpe society is highly respected everywhere.
Everywhere in the world.
Because this is where the law originated. The 7 members will always sit here, for instance, if they have hit a gong. And whenever they want to hit a gong, they don't use any other name other than the name of the society. They call it Nyamangbe. They would make the announcement. For instance, as you came, if they want to receive in the community, they will announce, Nyamangbe. A woman is coming from the office to visit this place. Everybody should tidy up, sweep the playground. Women should come out, dress well, and receive your visitor. It has to come from here.
Okay.
So, why Ekpe is highly regarded today is, this is the only society that at the early stage interpreted the first language.
Okay.
Then CBD.
Okay.
CBD goes in line with Ekpe. Because this CBD was given to a woman originally. And a member of Ekpe, now, who wants to really interpret what an Ekpe is, had to go and plead with the woman and collected the authority of that CBD from the woman. And that is how they were using. Till today, when you hear they shout, hey, Mbe, a bongo, all those ones, Abu, all are symbols
different
of,
symbols of the
those are titles of Ekwe.
Okay.
They are all titles of Ekwe, but now today they use it as a sort of braveness and give names to people.
Okay.
You have somebody bearing Bongo, bearing Abu, bearing Mbe, and all that.
Okay.
So, not only this, there's one under there. Look behind, madam. There's one under there. There's a big ring under there. Are you seeing it?
Yes, I can see it. That's a Manila too.
It is a Manila, but it's different from this very one. That one was used for display. All the actors in those days, if you want to do it, they use it. But the people that are using it commonly today are the Monankim. Monankim people.
Okay.
Whenever they go out for display, they use it. That's the one they use. And they will get, during the New Year festival, if they want to do that, their traditional dance, you see them using those ones on the legs.
Okay.
We call it Ago.
Okay.
That is how we call it.
Okay, curator, sir, do people still come in here to pay homage to the Ekwe masquerade?
They do.
People still come in here?
They still come in. In fact, of recent, because of this Ekwe stone, as I told you, this stone cannot be found elsewhere in the whole world.
In the whole world?
In the whole world.
Even the Ekwe stone cannot be found anywhere else than here in Cross River State.
in Cross River State. This is a circle. That motivated the Cubians from America to come and see.
Okay.
The same to Cameroon. They came in for initiation. They said they have been initiated there in their own circle, but they have never been initiated where the original stone is.
Wonderful.
And they came here. Even Professor Kweyo, in his blessed memory, he was the first who came in for initiation. That he is a very strong member of Ekwe in Calabar, but he has not been opportune to see the original Ekwe stone.
So this is the original Ekwe stone.
That's the original Ekwe stone.
Found in nowhere else than in Cross River State. In the whole world, you find the Ekwe stone nowhere else than in Cross River State. Curator, I actually wish we had some more time to talk about all of this, but I guess we'll be back some other time for the part 2 of the Monoliths.
Okay.
One of the uniquely carved stones in the whole world found in Cross River State.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the time, sir. But I'd like us to take a close look at the 7 stones.
Okay.
These are the 7 stones for the Ekwe masquerade, right?
These are the 7 stones. Each of these stones goes in line with the circle, as I told you. There are 7 circles on the monolith there. The Ekwe stone. Each of these stones represents a family. You can see them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last one is over one sit on the other one. And when they come in, up till now they still do it. When they come in, they don't need to sit anywhere. Each family has identified this stone and they will come and sit there. And when they sit, it is here now they decide on cases. And it is here the norms of that is guiding the whole community. It's been came out from them. You know, you are family A, you bring your own law, I bring my own. They now examine this, okay. And now accepted that this one are unique. So the law today started from here. It is from here to customary court. From customary court to magistrate court and all that. And that is why any case that comes up in court, if the lower court have determined the case, they will now look into it to really see whether it went through, or because of their norms they cannot interpret more than that. And that's why most of the cases, when it comes like that, they say the lower court, the judgment they pass is unique because it's related to what they have guided them here. For instance, if they say a visitor is coming and I go to sweep the playground, it's a taboo in the community. It's only meant for women, and all women will partake. And sanity, the ancient men in those days really saw the sanity. Like the stream, they drink water. They don't allow women go into that pond. If the pond is dirty, assuming leaves have drained into it, women don't go in there. Only men go in there to remove and redig that pond again, fetch the dirty water and allow the new one to come up. They don't allow women to go in there.
Okay. Because
they said if women get in there, because of the menses they used to have, and that is pollution. So even sanity, as they were doing all these things, they had that sanity in them.
Okay.
You can see even those trees there. They were not naturally there. They were planted by different age grades. So when they talk of the tree planting, it goes along the line. They had the foresight of all these things. So it's just that nobody at the early stage really took pains of studying about the monoliths. But now that they have seen, it is a center for archaeologists, for anthropologists, for geologists, historians, and mention them.
Wonderful.
Because everything you talk about history, up to those early departments I've mentioned, you found them here. And there are things that the whole world should come and see, because it's not easy. An ordinary lock, if you want to do a carving, it takes you longer time. Talk of a stone. to carve it to the shape you see, and it has lasted over 2,000 years. It's still
and we have more than 30 stones.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Curator, for the time, sir. Cross River State abounds with so many potentials that are waiting to be unraveled, and we'll do our best to unravel all the potentials that abound in Cross River State in the tourism and cultural sector.
Trees are planted by different age grades. That one is Amon age grade. Amon are the direct fathers of Aribo. Aribo is my own personal age grade. This tree was planted on the 30th of February, 1990.
1990.
And
this tree has thrived for more than a decade.
Yes. So you can see when they want to really plant this tree, when a tree wants to be planted, all the traditional dancers, the traditional sambas, like the native seal, the gong, everything will be rendered. And it's an age grade that we need to celebrate for 7 days. You have to go, you trip yourself, you only wear a short knicker or tie wrapper. They won't find you. If they discover that you took your bath, you'll be charged to pay. Unless late in the night that you take your bath. They come with a lot of bush feed, a lot of palm wine. They will bring a big pot and put palm wine and invite other neighboring communities to come and see. Every day we have to dance. Every day we have to dance. On 6th to the 7th day, a tree will be planted and said, we have given you our authority. As we go, you will grow and grow fat and get wealth like this tree.
Okay.
And the end, the tree will be planted.
The tree will be planted. So this is more than 2 decades,
yes.
More than 20 years.
So more than. The Amon age grade, what really, there were 5 here. One fell there and broke that fence.
Okay.
And they have rebuilt the fence. That is Monkom. Monkom were the fathers of Efik. Efik were the fathers of Aribo. Then Amon are the fathers of Aribo. Aribo now, when they have their children, they will name a wing as an age grade that is gone. So it's always 5 in the circle.
Okay.
Rotatively like that, it doesn't get lost.
It just goes round and round and round.
And each time they plant a tree, you know, there were 5. One was here, one was there, it has fallen. Only 2 now left. The most interesting part of these trees is that the one that fell last of recent, that is the Efik. The last man who lived, he died at the age of 105.
Okay.
They called him Jack. When he was about dying that early morning, he just woke up and asked whether the tree, their tree is still there. They said yes. Immediately he went in, the man died. There was no breeze, no storm, nothing. The tree fell on its own. So that is what has been happening. At the end, if like this amount, all the 8 members, if they are gone and one person is left, the last day that person is going to die, the tree will fall.
Falls down. Wow.
That's the affiliation.
Strong spiritual affiliation.
Till today.
Okay. Okay, Curator, let's just take a look at the hairstyle. What's the hairstyle symbolism in tourism, in stones? The curator is still here to talk to us about it. Curator, please can you tell us something?
Yeah, you're welcome. These are tombstones. And these tombstones, as they made them, as you see them, they shape them in a gravesite, but they are not directly graved.
Nobody's buried here?
Nobody's buried here.
Okay.
They just now made them as a sort of an exhibition, trying to exhibit the kind of hairstyle.
Okay, they're trying to immortalize.
Yeah.
Okay.
So exhibit the kind of hairstyle that the Bantus were using, and the one we are still using today tomorrow. We're going to start with the first one here.
Okay.
The one I'm pointing here directly, it is actress. All the women, if you go to the cultural center or you look at the Monankim, whenever they want to display, this is the kind of hairstyle they use. But locally, it is called wata. Say platinum wata, the small, tying one end to another.
Okay.
This is the one.
Okay.
So it originated. It's not today something. Far back. These are the kind of hairs they were using. Whenever women want to go out like actress and they're going to display where people will see them, they go on this kind of hairstyle. But this one here, if you look at it up here, it's like the crown that was given to David.
Okay.
From here. But this is the one they call puff puff. It's a platinum puff puff.
Okay.
But this one has a great significance. If a king or anybody is dead, a prominent person is dead in the family, and you visit the village, would have somebody telling you that that is the daughter, that is the relation? It is from the hair you will now know.
Hairstyles, okay.
Yes. If they are direct relatives to the disease, they will untie whatever kind of hairstyle they're using and hem it. Anyone who has much hair will hem 7. But the one that doesn't have much hair will hem 4. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one, they will hem. And as soon as you get there, you say, oh, that person is a direct relation or a daughter to the deceased.
Okay, curator, is this made from cement?
It's made out of cement.
Out of cement.
And you can even see the name here. That tells you that it's women, not men.
Okay.
It's written here, Diana. Actually, Diana is the name of a female.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, the world is gone crazy today that men are carrying hair like women. They're not supposed to. It's not part of our culture.
Okay, curator, can you say something about this last one?
Yeah, the last one, we should really go back to our culture and allow the Western life to go. This is the one they call Queen, African Queen.
African Queen.
Yeah, you hear the women saying, please, plant me the African
Queen.
You know, somebody who has much hair will hem this way, and knock those ones in the middle. Okay. Either 3 or 4. You can see this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. They coil it. This is the African hair. This one relates directly to beauty. Whenever they want to do beauty contest, this is the kind of hairstyle they should plant traditionally. Okay. And it adds beauty to the person. So it's all about hair.
Thank you very much, curator. I think that's why we'll take a pause because it's beginning to shower on us. He has showers of blessings, if you ask me. Yeah. The curator has done so much for us on the Monoliths. From the other side, we went to Alok Monoliths. Yeah. But now we're signing off with the hairstyles. Cross River State, we have the most beautiful category of girls. I can tell you that I'll stamp my hand on my chest and tell you that if you go to any part of the world, the girls we have from Cross River State are exquisite. And that is why we're very hospitable people, because as beautiful as we are on the outside, we're so beautiful in the inside. Yeah. Well, trust me, there's going to be a part 2 of this because I am finding this very interesting. I wouldn't have just signed up, but it's because of the showers of blessing, the rain. We just have to sign up. Thank you so much, curator, for the time. I really appreciate it. On behalf of myself and the entire camera crew, L.G.A, I'll say bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah.